And welcome to another edition of Mods by Category. This time we're going to look at plows. Now, last time we looked at cultivators, we did show a mod that made a cultivator into a plow. These are just going to be plows. So I've downloaded 6, technically 7, but we'll get to that. Let's go through and show you what I got for you. There are quite a few plows on the Modhub for all platforms. Many of them are very small. Many of them are the mold board plows. They are not my favorite type of plow to use. They are realistic, but if that's your play style, this video probably won't be for you because I don't use mold board plows. But I do have one that meets in the middle. So if we scroll down, our first one we've got into is this John Deere 712 mulch tiller. I love this one. Required power is 130 to 190. The working width is 11 and a quarter to 16 and a quarter feet. Get that in meters. It's only 17 grand. The cool thing about this one is it is a mulcher and a tiller. Now I'll show you how that works in game, but it's going to do 2 things for you at the same time. I always love multitasking on this. Cheap, reasonable horsepower, and it does 2 things. Next one we got over here is one of my absolute favorites. This is the SP10M from Ridiculous Dominic. Thing is a must-have on any farm. It is a 10-meter plow. Good enough as is. Only $1,000. It does require 320 horsepower, which is a little bit higher. Plows do require horsepower, though. It has a mulch option as well in the store, and a couple other features. When we get into the game, you're going to love this thing. It's fantastic. Dom did an amazing job with it. It's a must-have on any map I play with, just in case, and we'll show you why. Now we're going to scroll down a little bit more here. Again, some very nice plows here. A lot of, 1-2 shank plows. Very, very small, but they do work. The next one we got here is our John Deere 2100 Ripper modified. 8.6 meters. Decent width. Got a working speed of 8 and 15. Your price is just under 40 grand. Now, this is a bit high on the horsepower, as most chisel plows, as these are referred to, are higher horsepower. Pulling big shanks through the ground, you're going to need some horsepower. But this one, love this one. Looks fantastic, does its job, and you're going to see why. We go down a little bit further. We've got 2 here. Now, this is the one I think meets in the middle a little bit. Blizzard CHB 11, 12, 13, and 14. As you can see, it's not technically a chisel. Is it a mold board? It's kind of a hybrid. Kind of want to look like it's realistic, but you still want to be able to plow, a sort of straight, know where you're going. It's a little bit offset, but this is a good option. Kind of halfway in between. Pretty cheap. The small one at 4.4 meters starts at 12.7, only 220 horsepower. Your larger one goes up to 340 horsepower for 15 grand, and it's 6 meters. So a 6-meter plow, 340 horsepower, a little bit high, but still dirt cheap. And, it's got a good look for you if you want to be a little bit more than, a giant chisel plow. Now, if you want to go really crazy, I've got that option for you too. Look, sometimes you got a big field, you need it plowed fast. This is going to be the one for you, the Lizard SM72 and 82, 22, 26 meters. Now you do need quite a bit of horsepower, 330 and 370. The price is a little bit up there, 73 to 87,000, but you're paying for time because these things are big and they're going to get the job done fast. You got a bunch of color options. These are just for size, getting things done fast. Hey, you farm how you want to farm. You want a 2-meter mold board plow? Do that. You want this giant, awesome, crazy thing? It's here for you. Rolling down now, we got the Case Ecolotil 2500. A little bit higher price range, 80 grand, 310 horsepower, and 8.5 meters. Just really like this one. It You can see it's got the 2 options. Just works really well. I mean, it's a nice case. Fits in a farm. Doesn't look too out of place anywhere. Bit higher price, but it's got a great look to it. It's not going to be so out of place that you say, "What's that thing you're pulling?" Good, decent 8.5 meter plow. So those are the plows I've downloaded. Of course, you want to see them game, and of course, there are other fantastic plow mods that we could have picked. These are just some of my favorites, my staple plows. So let's get in game and see how they work. Yeah, first off, we have our case Ecolotil 2500. 80 grand. Again, a little bit higher price. 8.5 meters, 310 horsepower. Well, choices on this. You've got the 3-point or the extension. However you want to do it. However you feel more comfortable plowing your field. Take your pick. Only $100 to change it. Up to you. Again, it's a good looking plow. It's not going to look out of place. 80 grand is a little bit high, but let's go take a look at it. So I've got one hooked up here. As you can see, the thing is gorgeous. Gonna hop in our tractor. It does unfold. It's a little bit wider to get down the road. But once you get it unfolded, you can go crazy. Now, all these plows you can create fields with. So if you hit the allow create fields, we can do that. But again, thing just does an amazing job. It's got a good look to it. I like the attacher on this. Gives you nice turning. That's what it's supposed to do. And it looks good doing it. Right, up next, we've got our John Deere 2100 Ripper Modified. Just under 40 grand. A little bit higher horsepower, 450, 8.6 meters. Thing looks really amazing. A little bit less wide than the last one we had. No options. Not much you can change on this. Don't really need to. Go back and check this one out. And yes, I'm pulling it with a Klaus, a John Deere pulling a Klaus, or Klaus pulling a John Deere. Yeah, it's okay. It'll be fine. So again, we get into this one. All your standard plow functions. The sounds on this are amazing. It is a little slower to unfold than some others. The sounds alone are probably worth it. Again, we can create fields with any of these plows. Again, 450 horsepower, we need a bigger tractor, but again, it's doing its job. A nice John Deere version. Got a case next to you, got a John Deere. I'm pulling them with fence and classes. It's crazy, but it works. We go see our menu here. We can look at our fields. You can see they are both plowed. No other functions in there on those two. They just do their job. So you got a John Deere version, you got a case version. Both good options. Take your pick. That brings us to the John Deere 712 mulch tiller. This one again. Apply, prepare fields for the next sowing. Create new fields. 3.4 to 4.9, 190 horsepower. So you have warning equipment. We've got the triangle in the back. Stickers, if you need them. Bolt. We've got weights. So we'll put weights on there. Some slice weights there. Make it a little bit more stable. 1,000 or none. Up to you. Again, our widths, our 3.4 is 9 shanks, 11, 4.2 meters, and then 4.9 meters for our 13 shank. So a couple different variations and options there. Still, with everything on there, we're still under 25 grand, 24,275. 190 horsepower is not bad. It's a good medium-sized tractor. See this one work as well. Because this one, again, it does two things. Besides looking great, it's going to give you a mulch state as well. It will allow you to create fields like all the others. We'll lower that. Now, as you can kind of see there, that mulch state right ahead of the plowing. Maybe that's a little bit easier to see. You can see that mulch state. So we're plowing. We're mulching. You can see here. because it was mulched. A little bit hard to see. Let's zoom in a little bit there for you. We've mulched. We've got that bonus. And of course, we've plowed. 2 for 1. It looks cool. Decent horsepower on that one. Yeah. What more could you want? All right, now we got our compromise. Our Lizard CHB. 12,700 base. 340 horsepower, 4.4 to 6 meters. Now, again, not really it. Is it a chisel? Is it a moldboard? I don't know. But it has a good look to it if you want to kind of stay in the middle. We've got the 11, 4.8 on the 12, 5.2 on the 13, 6 meters on the 14. Got color options here. We can do whatever we want. There you go. Make it whatever brand matching you like. Still under 17 grand, 16,900. We got a 6 meter plow. Let's take 340 horsepower. Check out this one. Yeah, looks great. We've got the bigger one on here. We are going to want to unfold this. You will have an offset there. But it does, it's a plow. It's going to look a little bit different. You're going to offset it. A little bit different style. Kind of try to give you guys some options on looks and styles. I mean, a plow is a plow most of the time. So, you know, horsepower, cash, style options. I really like the look of this one. A little bit of realism without the, I don't know, fun of a moldboard plow. You can tell I really don't like moldboard plows. All right, I had to give you the one crazy option. The Lizard SM72 and 82. Both of them here, 72 for the 22 meter, 26 meters, 87,000. Look, not for everybody. You're on a small farm. Maybe you got a bunch of hedges. This is not going to work for you. We're on a big open map, a lot of fields. You want to get a lot of plowing done fast. This is going to help you out. Look at the big one. They are the same. Other cool feature on this is attachers. We do have an attacher there. You can pull a roller behind you, say you need to. We've got various color options, as well as the rims. 370 horsepower for 26 meters. I mean, that's a pretty good ratio. We're still at 88,800. 26 meters, 9 miles per hour. Now, yeah, getting this down the road, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. You're not going to be getting this through some small gates or through hedges, that sort of thing. But again, that's not what it's for. This is for larger fields, open areas. I mean, we're tilting the tractor, just unfolding it. Once it gets done, again, it does create fields. So if you need to create big fields on, say, no man's land, want to do it fast, a perfect tool for it. I'm going to lower it. As you can see, we are plowing a monstrous width. You know, you need a tool for every job. If you need to do something fast, you do a lot of it quickly. This is it. If it's not for you, then you know what? You don't have to download it. But it's out there and give you that option. Look, it's really cool. 26 meters. Now, I did say there were 7. Technically only 6 plows because, as you can see, this is a subsoiler. It is in the subsoiler category. Now, I don't normally use subsoilers. For me, the small widths, high horsepower, the inability to create fields with them, I'd rather use a plow. I get easier use out of a plow. But this thing has been around for a while. Thing was great in 19. It's great in 22. It is considered a subsoiler, but come on, it's a plow. You got 2 versions here. It is 17 grand. You got the 6 meter, the 9 meter. You got color options here. So make it match. It is 320 horsepower, but I'm going to show you a little bit something on that. We're only 19.6. This thing is a standard plow that you want to have on every map. You may not use it all the time, but if you need it, it's there. It's fantastic. As you can see, it folds up, so easy transport. Just barely wider than this tractor. You're going to be able to get this anywhere, even this 9 meter one. Now, It did say quite high horsepower. This tractor has 100 horsepower because there's a trick. A lot of you may know this trick from 19, but just in case, we'll show it. We unfold it, holds really well. It does say, as a subsoiler, allow create fields. Now, this 100 horsepower tractor is going to struggle. As you can see, we're doing max 5. Not very good. I'm actually surprised it's even doing 5. But that is not the trick. This subsoiler, you can actually plow forwards and backwards. Now, is this realistic? No, the shanks are facing the wrong way. But again, you need a cheap plow that's 9 meters, and you want to be able to use your smaller tractors. You can. It will plow in reverse. Not in reverse, but facing the wrong way. You can see the shanks facing the wrong way. And as you can see, we're going to be going a lot faster. We did get up to 9 with 100 horsepower on this plow. It feels this way. So if you're starting small, you have smaller tractors, you still need a decent sized plow that's pretty cheap. You can turn this around backwards, run it at much lower horsepower, and still get the job done. And this is just one of those mods that you should have in your folder at all times. Comes in handy. I need to create a field out somewhere. I only have a small tractor because I'm starting out. This is going to help you. And lastly, but definitely not least, because this is one of my favorites, the SP10M. You have 2 versions, $4,200 a piece. You have the regular 10.5 meters, 9 miles an hour, 320 horsepower, or the Unreal version, still the same horsepower, still the same width, but 24 miles an hour. This does come in 2 functions. You got standard or mulcher, so it's going to mulch like our mulch tiller did. We've got color options, so many color options. And our designs, a little toothpastey right there. Once again, you have front and back. You can do this both ways. But the magic of this is when you get it in there. So we've got it hooked up here. Again, it looks really good. This is another staple I have on here. It allows you to go faster, especially on console. That's always a nice option if you need to go a little bit faster than the base games. Now, as you can see, this will fold. Now, not the traditional fold, but a very easy drivable distance that'll get you in anywhere. Again, it does create fields. Now, the mulching will only work when you're going with the tines in the shanks in the correct direction. Can't put it on the backwards way and mulch, but it'll still plow. Now, again, this is 24 miles an hour. As you can see, you can plow with it folded. So if you want to keep it hidden and just plow at the skinny dimensions, you can. You can also just quickly unfold, and it just keeps plowing. Just keeps going. Now, if you look, you can kind of see there. There's not very much on the terrain, but as you can see, it is plowing. It is mulching as we go. So again, 2 for 1. You can plow and mulch at a skinny depth or skinny width, or the completely unfolded version. Again, it does go back and forward there. So many options on this one, and again, very fast. Again, and this is another great option for console. If you want to drive a little bit faster, we're doing 17 on this one. A bit bigger tractor. We probably get it up a little bit farther. We go 18, 19. But we've mulched, we've plowed, we've got 2 different widths. Think of this as your safety net plow. You need something done quick, decent width. Mulching as well. I mean, don't see why you wouldn't put this in your folder. So there you go. I've given you some options, some unrealistic options, some very wide options, mulchers included, somewhat of a realistic. I mean, plenty to choose from here. If you're not into moldboard plows like I am, and you still want to get the job done, you've got 7 choices here. None of these will steer you wrong. But you tell me, what's your favorite plow mod? Put it down in the comments. If you like these videos, hit the like. Consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, thank you for watching.